Hello beautiful souls, it's Emily with Twins in Union, and as always I just want to start this video by saying a big warm welcome to all of you who are my new subscribers. Thank you so much, and as always, thank you to those of you who have been longtime loyal subscribers, and if you just randomly clicked on this video, thank you for being here today. And yeah, as always, thank you to all of my lovely clients. I just love you guys so much. I just feel like I am starting to really step into my mission on even deeper levels of commitment and expanding on my gifts, and just hearing you give me positive feedback and coming back again and again for more readings and coaching and help and support just lets me know that I'm doing a good job. So I just especially want to thank you guys for being a part of my life and supporting me in doing this work. And speaking of which, I wanted to do a little show and tell today. I just finished up a really beautiful channeled painting for a client, and she was kind enough to agree to allow me to share. And so I just wanted to show you this beautiful painting, and her guides were very clear that this painting needed to be very pure and simple, and to get the message across that love is pure and love is simple. And it just has this really beautiful, soft, feminine energy, and I was feeling energies of Lemuria and seeing images of mermaids when I was painting this. So anyway, and there's glitter on it too. I don't know if you guys can see the glitter. It's kind of hard with the lighting, but yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to share that, and I'm going to, it's still drying a little bit, so I'm going to set it on the easel here for some added inspiration for the reading today. So anyway, I have a lot to talk about with this big, what are they calling it? The full super blue blood moon. And this moon is taking place on Wednesday, January 31st. And I was feeling strongly guided to go ahead and do the reading beforehand, because I feel like we are already really feeling a lot of this eclipse energy going on. And I've had people reaching out to me saying that they're really struggling, and what's going on, and things are coming up, and it's just been a challenging time. So, you know, I just hope that this reading can help give you some guidance and clarity about what is, you know, what transformation is going to be taking place from this big lunar experience that we are about to undergo here. And yeah, just hopefully give you more understanding of you know, how this eclipse is going to impact us and what eclipses are about. So, you know, first of all, I wanted to just share a little bit about what is a full super blue blood moon. What does that mean? So the super part of it means that the moon is going to be at its closest point to the Earth in its orbit. So it makes the moon actually appear 14% larger, since it's, you know, full at its closest point to the Earth. The blue aspect of it is because this is the second full moon that we are having in the same month. So on January 1st, we had the full moon in Cancer on New Year's Day. So, you know, this is, you know, the last day of January, we're having this second full moon, which is in Leo. So that's the blue part, and then the blood part relates to the eclipse. because depending on, you know, where you live geographically, if you are in a certain position and you see the shadow coming over the eclipse, it starts to create this kind of red, copper, kind of bloody hue, just based on the phenomenon of how the light and the shadow is working. And this is a very rare astrological event. The last time we've had a blue moon with an eclipse was in March of 1866. So these are, you know, very rare experiences that is kind of a once-in-a-lifetime event. So this eclipse that we are having on the 31st is kind of like, you know, we had the big Great American Solar Eclipse in August of 2017. So this is kind of like we're on the other end of that. So think back to where you were and what was going on spiritually, emotionally, physically for you in your life and in your twin flame connection back in August when we had that big solar eclipse. You know, take some time for reflection and look back at what was going on then, and now know we're kind of like wrapping up a cycle with that. It's kind of like the other end of the spectrum. So the other aspect of this eclipse is it's very powerful energies. And these energies are here to initiate powerful change. And it also helps bring in, I'm looking at my notes here, it helps bring in illumination, and it initiates these big turning points in life. When I look back at the solar eclipse in August, that was when I had just launched this YouTube channel, and I was really starting to dive into my mission. I also, you know, have a long history of health concerns. So I was doing a lot of medical laboratory testing, you know, following up on, you know, different things with my health, getting my health in order. And, you know, I was also in a period of newly separated from my twin and feeling all of that. So, you know, it's like these powerful energies start to create shifts in our life. So think back to what shifts were happening in August, and think back to, or think to where you are right now, and you know, how this eclipse is going to bring in new awareness and new illumination and reveal new truths that may have been repressed or hidden or unknown. That's the moon aspect, and I'll get into that a little bit more later, but you know, the moon is all about intuition and emotions, and the shadow aspect, and looking within to see what our fears are and really getting clarity. The Leo aspect is going to assist us with releasing the past and really clearing out all of the old stuff and moving into this new place of getting crystal clear so that we can be more fully in the present. And it's also, the Leo is associated with, you know, the heart and fire and passion and courage, and it's really going to you know, help us in our ascension of rising up into our God, Goddess, Emperor, Empress, you know, power, where we are really claiming our own personal power within ourselves as divine beings, and really owning that aspect of ourselves. So I hope this is all making sense. You are probably going to be experiencing more ascension symptoms at this time as well. I know I have already been experiencing a lot of, you know, effects of this eclipse. I know for me, I'm a highly sensitive person, and I think a lot of twin flames can probably relate to that. And we feel these cosmic, planetary, lunar energies very deeply on an emotional level, on a physical level, and it's part of the ascension. So I made a little list here of possible ascension symptoms in hopes that maybe it can help you not feel as crazy. Probably most of us are familiar with what these are, but there might be some people that are new to this journey that don't totally get what ascension symptoms are. So ascension symptoms can include head congestion, sinus congestion, or cold and flu-like kinds of symptoms. A lot of sneezing, that's all opening that sixth chakra. Erratic sleep patterns, bodily aches and pains, changes and fluctuation in your appetite. For those of us who live in a female physical body, it can create irregular menstrual cycles. You might experience some mood swings, if you're releasing anger, or you might feel really angry and upset one moment and then later be like crying or feeling euphoric. I know the other day I just felt like I was emotionally like all over the map. Increased urination and increased sweating, ringing in the ears, and fatigue and lethargy. So if it's like you are just like so freaking tired, like I just can't even get off the couch kind of tired, then just listen to that and give yourself a break and get that rest when you can. It's really important. And this is how the universe is working with us. It's like these are physical manifestations of the changes that are happening in the higher realms and on a soul level. And this is just how the clearing out of all of this, it kind of looks like a detox happening on a physical level. So anyway, I hope that helps give you more understanding and clarity about what might be happening to your body that's like weird and irregular and erratic and confusing. But usually these things just are part of ascension and it will pass. So hang in there. But if you do have something that you feel like could be a very serious medical concern, of course you want to always seek medical attention when you feel like you need that. But yeah, so I just kind of wanted to give you a little bit more of like a big picture view of why this eclipse is such a big deal, because it's rapid ascension and it's initiating major powerful changes in our life, and these energies, we'll probably feel them mostly over the next 2 weeks to 2 months, but then we will be having another eclipse season coming up in July and August. So I think that these energies will carry with us over the course of a lot of 2018. So I hope that helps. And I've got this full spread here, a lot of cards today to hopefully help us get more insight and deeper understanding of how this eclipse is going to impact the divine masculine and the divine feminine and our unions. So with that being said, I am going to turn the camera towards the cards and we will dive into the reading. Alright, like I said, I have a lot of cards today, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to fit all of them on the screen, but as always, I will hold the cards up. We have our little inspiration here with our painting. I will hold the cards up so that you can see all of them up close. And I think I'm actually going to start with this card that is from the bottom of the deck. And I'm using my usual energy oracle deck from Sandra Ann Taylor. That's these energy cards in the middle here. And then this other deck that I'm using for clarifying cards is the Good Tarot. Let's see, this is the Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reed for the clarifying cards, and then this was the Energy Oracle deck by Sandra Ann Taylor. And at the very end, then I will do some oracle guidance from the Wisdom of the Golden Path, and that is Tony Carmine Salerno. And yeah, so those are the decks that I'm using. And so I felt like the bottom of the deck for this the Good Tarot from the clarifiers here really beautifully describes this lunar energy. And it's the star, but it actually has like this huge moon behind it. And so I feel like, you know, this lunar energy and this eclipse is really going to assist in manifesting our dreams and our wishes and our desires. That's what the star card is about, is like, you know, our hopes, our dreams, our wish fulfillment, you know, knowing that we are on the right path. And you know, with the lunar energy, that is going to really stir up some hidden emotions and some hidden truths, and things that have been buried and repressed are going to be brought to the surface through, you know, looking within and through tuning into our intuition and, you know, taking that time to kind of retreat and go within and find the clarity. And yeah, I just felt like this star card beautifully described a combination of the lunar energy and what this eclipse is going to bring about for us. So I thought that was beautiful. And then this card I wanted to share as well. This is the community card, and this card popped out just as I started shuffling the deck before I even got a question out, and I just felt like it really wanted to be a part of the reading. And you know, it says community, and so I just was really feeling like this energy of the Twin Flame Collective as a soul group, and that we are all on this journey together, this feeling of like togetherness and community and coming together and supporting each other. And if you have been feeling alone, then this is a reminder that you are not alone. You know, I think for Twin Flames, it's like we have our grid points and we're scattered all over the planet, and it's not always easy to just, you know, find somebody in your neighborhood who's a twin flame that you can talk to. And so it can be easy to like start to feel lonely or isolated in this journey. And so if you have been in that place, this card is here just to remind you that you have community, you have soul group, you have other people that are going through this journey that do understand the challenges. And just a reminder to, you know, connect with people, reach out and get support. And you know, if you need support, you are welcome to email me and just let me know you're struggling. It's okay, you know. But there are positive twin flame teachers and mentors, or maybe you can connect with another twin flame friend through online. You know, just remember that you are supported and you have community, and you're not alone in this. And I also really feel that energy of like the God Goddess energy coming through, and this card just has a strong feeling of, you know, like this fertility and sensuality. There's like grapes and figs and pomegranates and apples and roses and all of this like beauty and abundance coming through. And so I just feel like it's almost like this energy of Valentine's Day coming up, like kind of this really beautiful, romantic, sensual kind of feeling. So I feel like that's some of that Valentine's Day energy wanting to come through in the reading. So, oh, and then this is a number 7 too, which represents the soul path, the soul group. And just a reminder that, you know, this is a soul path. This is a path of ascension and spiritual growth. And we are going through this together as a group, as a community. So we have that. I'm going to put that there for some inspiration for us. Okay, so as usual, I have the Divine Masculine on this side, and then I have the Divine Feminine on this side, and then I have the Union energies in the center here. And as always, when I do my readings, I set the intention for the reading to bring you healing, and for this reading to be for your highest good and the highest good of your union, and for this reading to be for the highest good of the Twin Flame Collective. So with that said, I'm going to start over here with the Divine Masculine. And I asked, what is the Divine Masculine thinking about in his mental space regarding his twin flame connection and his beloved? And we had 2 cards come out, so I'm going to start with this card, Door to Romance. So what a beautiful card to see in the Divine Masculine's thinking space, what he's thinking about. And like I've said, this is really beautiful new energy that is in the Divine Masculine's thinking. Going back to that eclipse, I remember doing the eclipse reading, and just really all of the readings all summer and all fall, you know, the Divine Masculine was really going through a lot of inner turmoil within his mental space. And now we are really seeing, you know, he's like on the other side of this major transformation. And now we see this new doorway opening up in his mind about romance, love, the heart, beauty, connecting with his beloved on a more real, intimate, heartfelt level. You know, in the past, the Divine Masculine has been very shut down from his heart. And that's part of that old template that he's been working on breaking down as a part of his ascension. So this is a beautiful new space for him to be in. And yeah, I just feel like he's in like this dreamy place in his mind of imagining, you know, a real beautiful divine love with his divine feminine. And this is number 33, so this is a master number, and it's a master number that relates to, you know, the energy of love. The 3 and the 3 add up to a 6, which is that energy of love and harmony and romance and, you know, balance. And the Divine Masculine, you know, he's also done a beautiful job of learning to love himself. So I feel like this is not, like, the door that is opening to romance is coming out of a new awareness that he has about how he sees himself, and realizing that it's okay for him to love who he is and appreciate who he is, and that the truth of who he is a beautiful, lovable thing. And, you know, a lot of Divine Masculine are more, you know, they do have these beautiful, tender, sensitive hearts, but with the conditioning of society or family or religion or the academic world or the corporate business world, or, you know, whatever kinds of conditioning, you know, he's undergone throughout his life, it's been challenging for him to feel comfortable with this more tender, sensitive side of himself. And now he's really balanced his own inner feminine to where he is able to appreciate his inner feminine aspects, that are those aspects of himself that are loving and tender and sensitive and compassionate and that feel emotion. So yeah, just really beautiful energy coming through here for the Divine Masculine's thinking space. And I really do feel that a lot of Divine Masculines are thinking about this connection in a very genuine, heartfelt way. And then the other card that came up with the door to romance was contract. So, like I said, I feel like this is, you know, where he's thinking serious here. And he's, as his heart has opened up and he's gone through this spiritual awakening and this new doorway is opening up, he's aware of his soul's contract to be with his Divine Feminine. He's aware of the fact that this Divine Feminine, he has a destiny with her. This is like a soul contract. This is not just like a verbal agreement or a casual, like, hey, yeah, let's hang out for a while. You know, this is like a written, signed document, like a serious, you know, that's the energy of this card. This is like the real deal, you know. And the other thing is, this is also a 6, so we have a 6 and a 6. And so it's that energy of love and harmony and balance we see with the scales here, and equality. And that's what this divine love twin flame connection is based on, is two souls that are divine sovereign beings and are whole and complete and within their own power on their own, but you know, they are balanced in that when they come together, the energy is harmonious and it's balanced and they are equals. It's not like one, you know, is better than the other. Like, that's the old paradigm of thinking, you know, well, the masculine is more powerful than the feminine, or, you know, those are old template concepts that don't exist in the twin flame dynamic. The other thing with these two cards, when these two cards first came out, I had the song come into my head called I've Got My Mind Set on You. I think it's George Harrison from the Beatles that did that song, like back in the 80s or the early 90s. but yeah, I just was like hearing that song playing in my head when these cards came out. So he's got his mind set on you, Divine Feminine, and or if you're masculine watching this, you've got your mind set on your certain special someone. And yeah, it's like this is beautiful. This is energy of union right here. So yeah, I've kind of been blown away by these cards, and I probably don't really need a clarifier, but I still just wanted to pull a clarifier just to see what came up. And the card that came up is Strength. And I noticed it looks like there's sun glaring, so I'm going to adjust my blinds really quick here. Hang on. Get rid of that. Okay, I hope that helps. Let's see. Oh, there's still a little bit, but I think it's okay. But yeah, the Strength card came out. So I feel like the Divine Masculine is, you know, he's got his mind set on you, and he's wanting the real deal. He's wanting something that's not just a casual fling. He's wanting something that's, you know, commitment. And he's working up, you know, the strength, like mentally. He's trying to find the courage within himself and the strength within himself to really go after his heart's desires. And, you know, whatever has taken place in the past, he's needing to be able to find the strength and the courage to, you know, see beyond that and to trust and to still take action like from his soul, and to find the courage within himself to really, you know, manifest what he's thinking about here with this door to romance and this contract card. And, you know, we see a lion in this card as well, and that's that Leo energy I feel like really coming through, where the Divine Masculine is feeling the stirrings in his heart and feeling the fire of that Leo energy that is helping to give him this courage and this strength to, you know, manifest his heart's desires and his dreams. Okay, so what does the Divine Masculine feel in his heart regarding his twin flame connection with his beloved? So in his heart, he is feeling 6th chakra, Archangel Metatron. So, you know, it took me a while to kind of sit with this card and feel into the energy of it and to tune in with Archangel Metatron's energy. So what I'm feeling is going on here with this card in the Divine Masculine's heart space is I was getting this feeling of Archangel Metatron like pumping this energy into the Divine Masculine's heart and infusing his heart with like this higher knowing of his intuition. And we see Archangel Metatron here, and he has, you know, his third eye is illuminated here with this indigo blue third eye dot here. And Archangel Metatron is an archangel that is assists with ascension, and he also assists with, you know, the higher realms, and he works with indigo children and he works with crystal children. And there are a lot of twin flames who are indigos and crystals. And so anyway, I just feel that Archangel Metatron is really supporting the Divine Masculine with bringing this intuitive knowing into his heart And that is really assisting in this doorway opening in his mind, because he's like being pumped up in his heart with this powerful intuition and higher guidance from the higher realms of his truth. And the sixth chakra is all about getting clear perception, vision. So in the Divine Masculine's heart, he's really getting this clarity and perception on the vision for his future, on the vision for what he really wants. He's getting clear on what the truth is, and, you know, just all of these stirrings of his heart, you know, coming to the light of awareness and all of this truth. And this is number 40, so that's, you know, that fourth chakra energy with the number 4 of his heart. And the number 4 is also a number that corresponds with the physical world, the earth plane. And so I just feel it's Archangel Metatron is supporting the Divine Masculine and getting this really clear perception within his heart, seeing things for what they are, seeing the truth of everything, and being able to take this from the higher realms and from his intuition and to bring that into the physical world. And the clarifying card that came up with the sixth chakra is 4 of Earth. And, you know, the 4 of Earth in the traditional tarot, it's, you know, that picture of the little man, and he's like clinging on to all of the coins and holding on like for dear life. So I get this feeling that this energy that is like being pumped into the Divine Masculine's heart, that's going to help bring everything into a light of awareness and clarity and truth, it's maybe going to shake him up a little bit, and he's going to feel a little unsteady, like, whoa, what's happening to me, you know? So he might feel like he's kind of on shaky ground and unstable, and he might, you know, when we feel like we're on that shaky ground and like the foundation underneath us is like, you know, like kind of that earthquake, like I feel the earth move under my feet. And so he might, you know, initially respond by like clinging and holding on to things in the physical world more, but I feel like the Divine Masculine has been in that energy for a really long time of like trying to hold on to like what's comfortable and what's safe and what feels secure, and also just putting a greater emphasis on the material world. So I feel like that is part of what is being cleared out here from his heart, is he's starting to really bring this higher knowing and this intuitive knowing into his heart, and to get this clarity to the point where it's going to create a huge shift where he's going to loosen his grip on all of the coins, so to speak, and he's going to really start to trust in divine order and the divine structure and the divine timing of things. And I feel like the Divine Masculine is kind of in this reflective place, you know, with this moon energy. He's going to be going within and really like evaluating things within his heart space. And there's going to be like this aha moment where he's going to start to see everything that's happened in the past. It had to happen in order for him to get to where he is now. Like, things are going to click, and he's going to be like, oh wow, like I see it all so clearly now, why that happened and why that happened and why that happened. And it's like all the divine order of everything is just going to click into place, and it's going to make sense, and he's going to understand that, you know, it's like understanding from that higher perspective that this was something bigger than what he realized, and that there was like divine order in all of it somehow. So, you know, that, and then also just that he's going to be able to trust in the divine in terms of like material things, because I think a lot of the masculine have really held on to this idea of needing to have, you know, financial structure and, you know, a strong solid foundation financially in the world. And now they're moving into this place now that they are connecting with source, they're connecting with their higher truth, they're connecting with their higher self, and they're starting to be able to trust, like, wow, you know, the universe has my back. Like, abundance is going to be there, and like God is going to provide, kind of a energy. So I don't need to like cling and hold on and worry so much, because now he's connecting to source, and he's able to see like everything's just going to be okay. Like what we need will be there. So I don't need to like panic and worry about it and cling on to it so much. So a lot of messages coming through, and again, we have a 4 and a 4 here. There are so many 4s in this reading, and what I'm really getting is that there's a whole new strong foundation that is being laid for the twin flames right now. And that will continue, that theme will continue to like come out throughout the reading, but there's a powerful new foundation that is being laid out for the twin flames, and you know, we are really grounding this new template of divine love onto the earth plane. So it's really exciting to see this. Really beautiful energy for the divine masculine. And I'm just noticing, you know, on this card she has these antlers, you know, coming up out of her headdress. And it's like that energy that's going up to source, where he's like really connecting with the divine and, you know, trusting that this abundance will be there, and that it's all in divine order and divine beauty and divine structure. So really beautiful. The other thing with all of the 4s too, and you know, for the divine masculine, this next card is also an archangel, and 4 relates to your angels are with you, your angels are protecting you, your angels want you to know that your prayers are being answered. So there's just really powerful angel energy coming through this reading. And so I asked, what is the soul transformation taking place for the divine masculine? And the card that came up is number 41, Archangel Uriel, and she corresponds to the 7th chakra. So again, this is more divine connection coming through for the divine masculine, and receiving all of this divine guidance. The crown chakra is on the top of the head, so that's that connection to source. And so he's receiving this divine guidance, and you know, Archangel Uriel is also the name Archangel Uriel translates or means God of the flame, or the flame of love. And so I just feel like Archangel Uriel is igniting the divine masculine soul with, you know, his divinity, with divine truth, with divine guidance, and like he's getting all of these divine downloads, you know, that are going to help him get even more clarity about, you know, his intuition and making choices from his soul's truth, and really waking up to this destiny that is calling to his soul. So really beautiful energy to see here once again. and you know, another 4 here. So, you know, this energy of the angels is coming through very strongly. So a lot of angelic support for the divine masculine as he is, you know, going through this transformation and awakening and these changes that are being initiated from this lunar eclipse. Let's see, I'm just looking at my notes because I was researching Archangel Uriel. I don't really know a whole lot about Archangel Uriel, but yeah, Uriel means fire of God and flame of love. Oh, the other key piece was that Archangel Uriel assists with releasing energetic blocks. So I feel like this is going to be part of that soul transformation for the divine masculine. That Archangel Uriel is going to really be supporting him in releasing whatever energetic blocks are in the way. And just really igniting him with that flame and that courage to take action towards his desires. And the clarifying card that came up with this is 2 of water, which is, you know, that 2 of cups. So, you know, his soul transformation, when we add the 41, we get that 5, which is a number of positive change and transformation taking place in his soul. And this is, you know, this is what the transformation is assisting with. Is, I mean, this is a number of divinity, or a card of divinity. You know, that 7th chakra is what connects you to the divine. And then here we have the lover. The lovers coming together in harmonious union. So it's like divine love, divine love. That's like what I kept hearing, was divine love. And it's coming together. This is the transformation taking place at a soul level. And again, we have to remember, it's not like this is all going to happen on January 31st and then everything's going to be, you know, a harmonious union. This is energy that is, you know, transformative energy, and this is energy that is going to be coming out of, you know, the changes initiated from this lunar eclipse. But I mean, it's just beautiful. He's going through a transformation that is awakening him to divine love. So, and then I asked, you know, going deeper into this eclipse energy, what is being eclipsed out? You know, what energy is being removed by the eclipse for the divine masculine? And so the card that came up for that is Messenger of Water. So this would be like the Knight of Cups. And so what I'm feeling from this card is the divine masculine has been in this place of, you know, kind of almost like he's been like crushing on the divine feminine, but he's been like holding back. And part of why he's been holding back is because he's struggled with feeling worthy. He's struggled with loving himself enough to know that he's worthy of this beautiful, amazing, powerful, divine love soul connection. And so there's kind of been this energy of him admiring her and looking at her from afar and feeling an attraction to her, but not being able to really have the self-esteem on board to like take action and to manifest that. But I feel like, you know, this is what's being eclipsed out. So I feel like the divine masculine is going to be moving out of this energy where he's kind of just sitting back and wanting it and wanting to share his cup and admiring her from afar. But, you know, he's really making this progress on learning to love himself, you know, like I was saying earlier, where it's like he's starting to realize I am worthy of this beautiful, amazing, you know, person that I just admire and think is so beautiful. And, you know, even though it scares me so much and it's overwhelming, I feel like, you know, like I love myself enough to know that I'm worthy of that. And so then I asked, well, what is the new energy that is coming in once this energy is cleared out? And so the cards that came up, there were two cards that came up. The first one is King of Fire. So, you know, we have the messenger here, which is like the night energy. That's just kind of this soft admiration and attraction and needing to learn to love oneself. So that's being eclipsed out, and what's coming in is this King of Fire, which is, you know, right up there with that Emperor kind of energy, where, you know, it's a very spiritually mature energy. You know, he has this beautiful long gray beard, so he's like this very wise old soul. He's radiating all of this beautiful divine light. His heart is just open and glowing, and he's just full of like these flames of passion and desire. And this is just all of this yang, really strong yang energy, you know, that sun and that masculine energy, that divine masculine energy. So I just feel like there's a huge shift taking place that's going to, you know, shift the masculine out of this night energy into this beautiful divine masculine energy that is more fully awakened and illuminated and wise and mature. And he knows and understands, like, you know, the higher perspective, and has a spiritual wisdom on his perception of life. And so, yeah, just a lot of maturity here. And then the other card that came up with the King of Fire was the Empress. And so I just was really feeling the divine feminine energy coming through here. And so we have, you know, it's like the Emperor and the Empress, and it's like the beautiful union, you know, like these two fish in this card, like evolving into this beautiful, you know, spiritually mature, empowered, you know, divine sovereign beings that are coming together, you know, in this place of balance and harmony. And, you know, this is what is evolving, you know, out of the eclipse energies and out of this full moon in Leo that is going to assist us as twin flames in laying down this really beautiful, strong foundation for a healthy new beginning together in union as divine sovereign beings. So, really, really beautiful. Okay, wow, I can feel like, talk about sweating, I'm like burning up reading these cards, even though it's cold in my studio, because there's just so much energy coming through. It's pretty amazing. Okay, so we will move over to the Divine Feminine. So what is the Divine Feminine thinking about regarding her twin flame connection and her beloved? And so the card that came up is the Garden and the Gate. And once again, I see there's like those lights on there glaring. Let me close my blinds again. I'm sorry. Hang on. Okay. I hope that fixed it. I think that's better. Okay. So we have the garden and the gate. And, so I was getting a lot of different messages coming through for this card. What I'm sensing with this card is that the Divine Feminine is releasing a lot of old thought patterns around this connection. And she's really ready to like move beyond that, you know, ready to move into these greener pastures. And it's like she's just been in, you know, like this garden here that's kind of representing her her old, comfortable, secure ways of thinking about things. But it's, you know, she's kind of been stuck in this garden. She's like behind this gate here, and she kind of has this timid, insecure look on her face, you know, and she looks kind of like a immature little girl, you know, rather than like a full-grown woman. And so I feel like the Divine Feminine is releasing a lot of these old thoughts of, you know, based on things that have happened in her connection with her beloved in the past. And she's maybe been holding on to these thoughts because in some way or other, you know, they made her feel comfortable and safe and secure, kind of like going back to that energy of the masculine holding on and wanting to feel safe and secure, but it was in a way that's, you know, not been serving our highest good. And so these old thought patterns from the past are being released and cleared out. And so the Divine Feminine, she's really ready to, like, you know, she's got this key around her neck, and she's ready to like open this gate and move into greener pastures and just leave everything behind, you know, and start having a more expansive view of everything that happened. And it kind of goes back, if there's mirroring happening here where, you know, she is starting to see things from a more expanded perspective in her mind and understanding the bigger picture, that everything that happened before had to happen. It was part of your soul's plan and agreement, and part of what you agreed on for your twin flame love story, and for how you are going to accomplish this mission of breaking down the old template and building the new divine love template. And I had a dream the other night, and it's coming up right now as I'm looking at this card, where it was my aunt and uncle, and my uncle is actually, like in real life, he's a priest, an Eastern Orthodox priest, and he and my aunt were surveying land, which they actually really do live on a big, beautiful farm. But in my dream, they were looking for new land to like move to a new farm. And they found like the perfect farm, and it had beautiful landscape and like trees that were just blossoming with these big, beautiful pink blossoms. It was just very, you know, it's reminding me of this card with these big, beautiful pink flowers. And so it was just like all this lush, beautiful new growth, but the buildings and the house and the barn and everything were like old and dilapidated and falling apart. And so it was like, well, they wanted to buy the land, they wanted the farm, but they were going to have to rebuild the structures, rebuild the buildings, rebuild the house. But they still wanted it. They, you know, they knew that that was, you know, their home. And I was just reflecting on that dream, and I was like, wow, it's like the divine masculine and the divine feminine are both in their priest and priestess power. They are equals, they're spiritually matured, they are divine sovereign beings, and they're ready to build this new foundation. And they are ready for this new beginning together, and they're ready to venture out, you know, in greener pastures. So it's really interesting that that dream just came to me as I was looking at this card here. And the clarifying card for this that came up was 8 of water. So, you know, there's tons of emotional energy for the divine feminine. So I feel like this lunar experience could be a very emotionally charged time for the divine feminine. But anyway, with this 8 of water here, the divine feminine is really, I feel like, you know, this is a card of like wanting to move on, wanting to move forward, but it's also an emotional energy, and we're in this powerful time of this lunar energy. So I get the feeling that the divine feminine is really wanting to go within and like really get clear on, you know, what is her truth and how can she create her own beauty and her own abundance and her own happiness and her own prosperity and joy, you know, by moving into a new mental space and by clearing out all of the stuff from the past. Like she's just ready to like put that all behind her and like move forward into this fresh new beginning. And so, and you know, there's like all of these pearls here in this chest. So it's like she's gathered all of this wisdom, all of these pearls of wisdom from all of the challenges, you know, from this connection in the past. And they're beautiful. You know, she's able to like be grateful for them and admire the wisdom and appreciate the beauty of, you know, all of the challenges from the past. And she's ready to just walk forward now and, you know, move into a new space and just take that time to really go within and get clear. Just like, you know, what I was saying earlier about how the moon energy really asks us to go within and get clear. So getting clear on what really is her truth and how can she really walk forward into a new beginning and have a fresh start, you know, while also appreciating the pearls of wisdom that she's gathered from all of the pain and the challenge and the growth that has come from this connection. Okay. So what is the divine feminine feeling in her heart? And she is feeling happy family. And I was not surprised to see this because I feel a lot of divine feminines have had union on their mind, and this is a union card, you know, that happy family. It's like, this card to me reminds me of like the 10 of Cups and the 4 of Wands, because we see this family of 4 and it's a number 4. And so it's like having the emotional fulfillment and the spiritual fulfillment and the unconditional love and having that togetherness and the joy and the beauty of that here on the physical plane. And so I just feel like the divine feminine's heart is just like overflowing with this beautiful unconditional love. And you know, now that she's like letting go of all of the past hurts and anger and resentment and shame and guilt and yuck, you know, she's really ready to move forward, and it's opening her heart up, and she's feeling all of this beautiful energy of unconditional love like emanating from her heart. And she knows her truth. She's really solid and grounded in her heart of what her truth is. And this could also be another mirroring that's happening, you know, with the divine masculine getting his heart pumped up you know, with this higher wisdom, this higher knowledge, this intuition, this clarity in his heart, you know, then that is bringing this energy. This is like a really high vibrational energy into the Divine Feminine's heart. And, you know, it's like working together as a team where the Divine Feminine is feeling all of this and the Divine Masculine's, it's just, yeah, I just feel like it's like the connection is like you're both working off of each other in your heart space. And, yeah, just feeling like that cord that's connecting your hearts, and it's like opening up this beautiful energy of love. And so the clarifying card for this was Ace of Water. So yeah, she wants the new beginning. She wants things to come together, and she's ready for this fresh start, to put the past behind her and to clear that out and, you know, embrace this beautiful new beginning. And, you know, here's this beautiful pearl, all of this wisdom that she now can carry with her in her heart space. You know, so much that she has gained through all of the pain and the hardship and the challenges. But despite all of that, it's like she knows her truth, and she knows deep down that this is her heart's desires, and she wants this new beginning and this beautiful emotional fulfillment with her beloved. And again, another number 4 here, so, you know, it's that heart chakra energy, that energy of loyalty, that energy of these strong, solid foundations. You know, this is like healthy foundations. We've gone through breaking down those old dilapidated buildings represented the old template in my dream. So, you know, it's really wanting to move into this healthy, solid, new foundation with her Divine Masculine. Alright, so what is the soul transformation taking place for the Divine Feminine at this time of this powerful eclipse? And so the soul transformation has to do with financial constraints. So I feel like with this card, there's a lot of different things that this could mean to different Divine Feminine. Some may really be struggling with financial situations right now, so this could be like a very literal card. And so just know that, you know, part of the transformation taking place for you throughout this eclipse is going to help clear out, you know, old financial issues. It could be on a mental level where it's clearing out limiting thoughts around abundance. It could be that you have been wanting to go after a new job, and so maybe, you know, this eclipse is going to support you in manifesting this new job that you're going after. It could be that you've been, you know, if for those of you that are in karmic situations, this could be you wanting to, you know, expand and move out of that, but you've been having concerns because of finances about your ability to do that. So there could be some transformation taking place for you that's going to support you in being able to, you know, move forward. I also just get this feeling that the Divine Feminine, on a soul level, there's like a soul lesson of learning to be in a place of gratitude and appreciation rather than lack, and being in a place of like wanting what you have rather than wanting what you don't have. And so, you know, in terms of the connection, I feel like there is a shift happening right now collectively, where the Divine Feminine has been giving a lot to the connection, giving a lot to the masculine, whether it's been like energetically or actually, you know, physically, if you are in contact with your masculine, that there's been an imbalance of like giving and receiving in the connection in the past. And so that is going to be cleared out through a transformation taking place in the Divine Feminine soul, where she is going to start to take care of herself and really focus on herself and nurturing herself and giving herself all of this energy that she has been expending towards the connection. And part of why I feel that is we have the Queen of Water here with the clarifying card. So I feel like, you know, this is a card about, you know, being mindful of how you are, you know, sharing your energy, giving your energy, and nurturing yourself, and being balanced about that. So if you have been, you know, exerting a lot of energy towards your connection and trying to manifest union and, you know, focusing a lot on your masculine, I feel like there's a shift that's happening where now the feminine is going to just shift her focus. And if you look, you know, this Queen of Water is facing away from the masculine in the spread. So I just feel like there's a shift that's happening where the feminine is just really going to start to nurture herself and love herself and start to give herself some of that energy that she has been giving to the Divine Masculine. And it doesn't mean she doesn't, and this is part of the old paradigm pattern that is being shifted and cleared out, is this energy that if she doesn't nurture him and give him all of her energy and focus and attention, that he will abandon her. And actually it's the opposite. When she's taking care of herself and treating herself like this beautiful goddess that she is, and she's really nurturing herself and giving herself all of that love and attention and nurturing, that's part of what draws him in, you know, what opens that door to romance. So I know for me, I've been feeling this shift. It's like this people-pleasing energy too, of like feeling like you need to take care of everyone and, you know, be there for everyone and prioritizing other people's needs before your own needs. So I feel like, you know, that's being eclipsed out. That's part of this transformation that's taking place. And the feminine is going to move into this place of really loving herself and taking good care of herself and prioritizing herself. And it doesn't mean that you don't love your masculine anymore. And that's part of the old thought pattern that we're breaking down, is like loving ourselves and taking care of ourselves and making that a priority is okay, you know. And I know, like, I'm feeling this a lot right now, you know, myself. So I'm just like, there's like guilt attached to that, but we're clearing that out, you know, and finding that space in our hearts to really like take really exquisitely good care of ourselves from a place of like genuinely like appreciating the beautiful being that we are, and you know that our self-care is very important to our happiness and our well-being. So it's a beautiful thing. Okay, I hope that all made sense. So then I asked, you know, for the eclipse energies, what is being eclipsed out for the Divine Feminine? And we have the Nine of Water. So this is like the Nine of Cups. And so this is a card about dreams and wishes. And, you know, if you look at the mermaid in this card, she kind of has this like dreamy, wistful, longing, like soft gaze. She's just kind of spacing out and like looking into the future and dreaming of her masculine and dreaming of her union and wishing for it. And, you know, she's moving into, like I said, she's moving into this new energy where she's shifting out of this wishing vibration, wishing and wanting and longing, and she's moving into, you know, after the eclipse with the fresh new energy that's coming in as Queen of Earth. So, you know, this is a feminine who is very solid, very grounded. You know, look at this beautiful divine feminine image on this card, how she's just, she knows her truth, she knows who she is, she knows her beauty, she knows her purpose, she knows her place in the world, she has a solid foundation to stand on. You know, she's got it going on. She's just really solid. And there's these beautiful little white butterfly on her shoulder here representing this purification and transformation. And, you know, she has these deer antler too, and the deer is a symbol of like serenity and peace. So she's not going to be in this place of like longing and wishing and wanting and waiting and hoping. She's just like, yeah, I know my value, I know my truth, I have this deep inner peace, I know that the universe has my back, I know my union is destined, I know it's going to come at the perfect divine time, and I'm just really solid and grounded in who I am. So that's beautiful. All right. And then we will do the union energies, which I've got in the center here. So the union energy that came up is the thinking woman. So I feel like this is just a representation of the intuition. You know, I feel like this card has a lot of high priestess energy in it. So it's just this wisdom, this intuition, this higher knowledge. You know, she's holding this book here, so she has this wisdom and this knowledge, you know, and she's wearing this purple flowered hat, so that purple represents like that higher wisdom from like the 6th chakra and the 7th chakra. She's very connected to the divine. And, you know, she's got this beautiful green dress on with that like heart energy coming through. And, you know, here's another butterfly. Lots of little butterflies here showing transformation. So both the divine masculine and the divine feminine, just like I was saying in my dream, it's like I feel like both of them are now in this space of being the priest and the priestess. They both are in tune with their intuition, and they are opening up to this divine guidance, this higher knowing. They have this spiritual knowledge, and that is guiding them in this journey. And this is a 47, so another number 4 here. So we're creating this solid foundation of this healthy, new, strong beginning. And this is, with that number 7, this is part of our spiritual path. This is part of our twin flame mission. And this adds up to 11, and we are in an 11 year. 2018 is an 11 year. And, you know, it's the one and the one. It's the two divine sovereign beings side by side as equals. And the clarifying card for this was actually the Emperor. So, you know, I just feel like another number 4. And so I just really feel like this is, you know, this is like the higher spiritual truth and, you know, the earth, the 3D, 5D, 3D spiritual earth coming together, masculine, feminine and masculine coming together, creating this really beautiful, solid foundation by marrying and integrating our higher knowing and our intuition with our logic and our reason and our ability to create this organized, structural, solid foundation on the earth plane. We're really grounding, you know, this new beginning and this solid, healthy foundation, you know, onto the earth plane by bringing in this higher knowledge, this intuition. So it's really beautiful energy, really powerful, and another symbol of the lion here. So this Leo energy is coming through really powerfully. You know, I almost feel like this is interesting too. This is very Aquarius, and the sun is in the sign of Aquarius right now. And then we have the moon in Leo. So really interesting to see this Aquarius energy and this Leo energy and this feminine energy and this masculine energy and the higher realms of spirituality and intuition with the earthly realms of structure and foundation and organization. This is union. You know, this is the energy of union that's coming through. And also fire and air elements. So yeah, very beautiful energy for the union. So wow, this was a lot of cards to read. I hope if you're still here, thank you for making it this far into the video. I usually do a romance message at this point, but I think I'm going to hold off on that today. I'm going to do a full twin flame love and romance reading in honor of Valentine's Day. So I will just bring in all of the juicy romance messages for that and hold off on that today, since this is a lot of cards and a longer reading probably. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll wrap up with the oracle cards. And so I pulled one for the masculine and the feminine. And so for the masculine, the oracle card that came up for guidance is self-worth. It says, you have a habit of undervaluing your talents and capabilities. This is due to a general sense of low self-worth, and yet there is so much that is wonderful about you. Many around you can see this, but somehow you don't. It is time to dissolve the distorted view you have of yourself. Time to see your unique beauty and appreciate and value the real you. The following exercise will help you increase your sense of self-worth. It will help you connect with and feel the light of infinite creativity and love that you hold within you. Place your hands over your heart. Close your eyes and relax. Take a deep breath. Inhale. Hold the breath for a moment and gently release the breath. Continue breathing this way and feel a soft golden light within the center of your heart. This soft golden light is the true and divine you. It is the unchanging light of unconditional love, a light which exists before the dawn of time and will continue to glow forevermore. Feel this divine light flowing into your body, your mind, your thoughts, your emotions. Allow it to illuminate your heart and mind. Allow it to embrace you. Repeat the following affirmations as often as you can every day, either out loud or in the silence of your heart. Feel each word. When you are able to see your true worth, everyone will see it. And the affirmations are, I am golden light. I am divine love. I am infinite worth. I am a channel through which the gold river of life flows. I am an ocean of pure gold. I am worthy of love. I am love. Wow! That totally fits with everything that was coming up for the masculine in this reading. You know, open the door to romance, open your heart to yourself. And you do have the strength. You have the strength, you have the perseverance, you have the courage that you need to manifest this beautiful love that you have on your mind with your divine feminine. And you are moving out of this energy, learning to love yourself, finding your self-worth, finding your value, seeing your beauty, seeing your gifts. And you are moving into this beautiful energy of this King of Fire whose heart is glowing, who's fully illuminated, who's this old soul who's wise and understands the ways of the world, sees from the higher perspective. This is beautiful, divine masculine. This is what is happening for you at this eclipse. You are finding your self-worth, you are finding your value, and you are waking up to, you know, the fact that you are worthy of this beautiful, amazing, divine love with this amazing, beautiful, divine feminine, you know, and it's just absolutely beautiful. Wow. Okay, let's see what the divine feminine got for her message. I am truth. So Spirit's message for the divine feminine is I am truth. It says, your reluctance to speak your truth is causing you and others more harm than good. Do not be afraid of expressing how you really feel. This card has shown up in your reading today to encourage you to express yourself clearly. Making your feelings and opinions known will take courage, but it is a necessary step. It's essential to your well-being and evolution. Making your feelings known will free you from this burden. It will feel like a heavy weight has been lifted from your shoulders. Know that the truth, when spoken honestly and lovingly, will not hurt anyone. Yes, there may initially be some hurt feelings, and even a little bit of disappointment or anger. But this will soon dissolve and be replaced with respect instead. Honesty and clear communication is best for all concerned, and the truth will set you free. And the affirmations are, my heart is my truth, I express myself clearly always, and move through life with ease and harmony. So I really feel like this is going back to, you know, this energy of the divine feminine, you know, overgiving and exhausting herself and being emotionally and physically like drained and empty and, you know, struggling to speak her truth about, you know, yes, I can do that, or no, I can't do that, and setting those healthy boundaries and prioritizing her needs and, you know, the people pleasing. So it's okay to say, you know, I would love to do that for you, and, you know, right now I really need rest and I'm not able to help you, but let me know next time. You know, like just putting your self-care, taking care of yourself, like really being honest with what you have to give and, you know, where you're exerting yourself, where you're giving your energy, you know, how much are you nurturing others versus how much are you nurturing yourself, and being able to speak your truth to other people about, you know, that works for me, that doesn't work for me, and trusting that that is for the highest good of all, that speaking your truth is for the highest good of all. And even if that means, you know, saying to your divine masculine, I would love to do that, and, you know, right now I need X, Y, and Z, so, you know, I'm going to take care of myself, but, you know, let me know next time, or, you know, let's plan that for later this week, or, yeah, I'm just kind of getting that kind of vibe from this card, that, you know, that fear of abandonment where we're afraid of rejection or we're afraid of abandonment, so we'll pretend like we're okay with, you know, caretaking others when really we need to, like, take a nap and rest, or, you know, do something special for ourselves, or, you know, just take care of our own personal well-being. So, yeah, whatever, you know, however this resonates for you, I think you probably can feel what messages are coming through that for you. So that concludes the reading. I hope that it gave you some clarity and better understanding of these eclipse energies that we're in right now. Just know that, you know, this is a really, really powerful time, and it, you know, especially there's every single card on the feminine side has a water card. So this could be a very emotionally charged time for the feminine, but I don't see it being like bad negative emotions. I see it being like beautiful new beginnings and letting go and moving forward and loving and nurturing yourself, and this beautiful unconditional love that's overflowing from your heart. And, you know, for the masculine, there's just really beautiful heart energy coming through too, and heart openings. And so I feel like, you know, the clearing of the old stuff might be uncomfortable, but the new, fresh stuff that's coming in is really beautiful. Yeah, and we are really laying out a beautiful new foundation to build this divine love upon. So it's really, I think a lot of good things are going to be coming out of this lunar eclipse. So I hope that you are doing well, and I do still have my New Year January special for readings going on through the 31st. So if you do want to see the energies that are taking place in your connection, especially with this lunar eclipse going on right now, it's a really great time to book a reading. All of my readings are $11 off, and I have several different options at different price points. You can find one that's comfortable for your budget, and I would love to support you in your journey. So so yeah, if you want to take advantage of that, if you feel guided, please contact me. I've got all the information in the description box below, or you can email me at twinsinunion@gmail.com. And yeah, I am just sending you all so much love and so much light, and I'm honored to share this journey with you. And I think it's going to be a really beautiful, powerful lunar eclipse. So I hope that you have a good experience. So, all right, take good care. Bye-bye.